Hello, beautiful. In this podcast episode, we are talking about a conversation that is rather very popular in the realm of the internet, and it is about high value women and low value women. And that is the term that is mostly used in this sense. I would modify the term and I would say there is it's not so much that the woman doesn't have value, it's about her being mature and immature. And so that I want to talk in those terms. But if we talk about the high value and low value as terms on its own, what does that tell you? So how high value means something has value and brings value into your life. That means this is a valuable asset, where low value is something that brings little to no value into your life, and it is there, but it might as well not be there. And so because it's not all that important, right? So now if we take those terms and put them in terms of high value woman and low value woman, high value woman would then be a woman who actually contributes to someone else's life and giving that person's life value, where a low value woman is low value. She does not contribute as much. She does not know how to contribute, or she is focused on her own self, where she does not give out the value, right, towards the relationship. And if we're talking about the relationship, it's always give and take. Both parties of the relationship give into the relationship, so they could both take into out of the relationships too, right? So it's give and take. Now, let's talk about low value woman. Low value woman, like I said, I would call this type of woman immature, someone who did not really receive life experience to the point where they could then share that life experience or that wisdom out into the world. Or they are not the type that is striving towards self-development. So then if they are simply using or living life without learning how to increase their own value, and the way we as human beings increase our own value is we read books, we educate ourselves, we go through life experiences that give us knowledge, we hang out with people who have knowledge, so we get that value from those people, right? It's a overall life experience, whether you personally went through or whether you learned it through books or classes that you've taken. So that is what gives both man and woman, human being, a value, where a person of low value does not really have a lot that they could share as far as knowledge or the attitudes or how they contribute into the relationship. And a lot of the times, those are the people who take, because they don't have enough of what they could share. So they take it from other people. When it becomes unhealthy, when it becomes I don't know. I can't think of a word. When it becomes unhealthy is when they take to the point where they are so self-absorbed that they increase their value artificially. They're almost like blow it out of proportion without really having that value. So those are women who could be just into the designer bags and everyone has to. Those would be the entitled women that everyone needs to be brought to them on a silver platter, and they just sit here and wait. And until it's brought to them on a silver platter, you are not worthy of their attention. Like the that value is artificially inflated, and there is nothing behind that, and the woman does not really contribute into the relationship in other areas at all. She might be a good doll and she might be great to have sex with, but there's no fulfillment from being in connection to that person, right? So I would call her immature because she has not had enough life experience, or life has not thrown her around yet to where she was able to learn her lessons and really understand what true value is. Where high value woman, she carries herself different. She does not overinflate. She does not need her ego boosted because she's perfectly self-sufficient. She was able to find her peace with herself, where the first woman would be empty on the inside and she would be seeking that validation on the outside, that proof that she's valuable through designer bags, designer clothes, like all the outside stuff that is artificially inflated. Where a woman of high value, she knows what she knows. She knows that she worked hard for what she knows. She is perfectly self-sufficient with just herself alone, and she does not need anyone to complete her or fill the empty parts of her, because she's perfectly happy on her own. She is filled with healthy self, right? Not inflated, ego boosted self, but healthy. Like, she's filled with the love for herself, with the happiness. She does not really need anyone else to contribute to that, right? So she carries herself different. She does not need someone else to give her, like, it's always nice to have compliments, but she does not need that outside validation specifically, where this other woman would be plotting and creating scenarios and scenes where she's gonna get the credit, or somebody's gonna have to mention her in this and that, and she's gonna have to be in this magazine and like whatnot, right? She would be plotting these non-important scenarios for herself, like, do you have something better to do with your life, right? So where a high value woman does not need that drama. She does not rumor, she does not bring other people down, she is not manipulative, she does not devalue you. And a lot of times low value women, because they lack value, they would act as if they're a god, and they would talk down to others so they could artificially be inflated into the upper hand. And honestly, I could, if you're not intuitive with people, you might be someone who will question that. I see right through that, and I don't know if it's just because I feel people, I feel their emotions, I feel their insecurities, because I'm an empath, or maybe because I have gone through high school, aren't we all, right? And other life situations, and I just don't hang out with these people. I cut them off. I know how my life should be, right? So by the way, this would be an example of a toxic person you don't want in your life, right? So in a form of a friend, in a form, because she's gonna really use you to manipulate you in one way or another to lift herself up on a pedestal and put herself. So she's really always getting things for herself, for her, what her needs. So she's like some form of a narcissist in a female body, right? So where high value woman, she does not need that validation. She does not need lower another person to lift herself up, because she's perfectly happy with everything, with life, with herself, with but she has the knowledge. If she does not have the knowledge, she has the skills. She's gonna go and find out how certain things are done. She's independent, she's confident, she doesn't care for other people's opinions. Because she has her own, she's truly connected to her authentic self. She is connected to her values because she has developed those values, right? She has has the opinions, like she formed the opinions. She knows how life really works. Like that woman worked on herself. It requires quite a bit of work to really get to that level. So the woman of high value, she worked on herself. That's why she has value to offer to others, right? That's why she's a wise one. That's why, because she has developed herself. She is mature. And by the way, this maturity is not necessarily translating into age. Immature women could easily be women of 50 and 60 and grandmothers and you know, and women who have matured simply has gone through a lot of bullshit and a lot of life experience in a very short period of time early on in the age. And this could be that woman in her 20s, but she has this older soul about her because she has gone through experience. Also, talking of souls, there's could easily be some of that too. This woman who is of high value, she would be probably an old soul because not only she's gone through experiences in this lifetime, she knows from within what's wrong and what's right, and she uses that intuitive knowledge of past lives and experiences in her current life. So she feels like she's an old soul, right? And there's lots of young girls that you look and meet and you like, you are so much older than your age, right? And then there's a lot of women who are in their 50s and 60s and they act like they're teenagers. So there's that immaturity, and this could also be the level of soul development through the past lifetimes. So that could also be playing a part. Now, how do you become high value woman? You are, again, connecting to yourself, you grow your inner self, you grow your inner strength, you go through life experiences, you really accept people for who they are. You are not going to try to manipulate that. You're not going to try to minimize anyone. You just accept them and appreciate them for everything they bring to the table, whether bad or good. And if they bring certain things that are bad, you simply walk away from that. You walk away. You don't try to confront that, where immature woman would have that need to prove that she is right and you are wrong, and she would go and develop that drama. And like high value woman, she does not do drama. There's no drama. She's a queen, not a princess, right? That's the difference. The princess is an entitled little girl who has not had her life experience, who thinks that, other people owe her, right? She has this artificially boosted ego, where a queen is a woman who really takes independence seriously, takes responsibility for her life and her actions, and calls bullshit on people who are not for her highest good. And I hope with that you may have recognized either yourself or your friends in those two categories. If you are in the category of immature woman, let's learn how to become mature. And if you are in the category of mature women and queens, congratulations, but there's still lots of lessons ahead of us. So, we go through Love Goddess Academy. We elevate, we grow as people, we grow as women. It's not just about sexually. Like, Love Goddess is bringing out that divine power out so you can embody that. And divine would never humiliate. The divine would never bring anyone down. The divine will lift others up. That's what high value woman does. She lifts others up, where low value woman actually looks down on people and makes them feel inferior, where high value woman looks up looks at people and brings them up, elevates them, inspires them. That's what high value woman does. So I hope you listen to this podcast and you all are on your journey to become a high value woman. Please check out Love Goddess Academy. We talk a lot about how to embody your inner love goddess and how to become your high value woman.